8. Rose from Brier. Lover of souls, thee have I heard, thee will I sing, for sing I must. Thy good and comfortable word hath raised my spirit from the dust. In dusty ways my feet had strayed, and foolish fears laid hold on me, until what time I was afraid, I suddenly remembered thee. Remembering thee, I straight forgot what otherwhile had troubled me. It was as though it all were not, I only was aware of thee. And quietness around me fell, and thou didst speak, my spirit heard. I worshipped and rejoiced, for well I knew thy comfortable word. Whoso hath known that comforting, the inward touch that maketh whole, how can he ever choose but sing to thee, O lover of his soul? I have no desire that my imprisonment should end before the right time. I love my chains. My senses, indeed, have not any relish for such things, but my heart is separated from them and borne over them. Madame Guyon said that. I cannot say that I love my chains in any literal sense whatever, nor do I feel that we are meant to do so. Our Lord did not tell the woman who was bound to love the cords that bound her, but in the sense I am sure Madame Guyon meant the words, for, as she said, her senses had no relish for such things. I believe that he can give it to us to find something truly lovable in that which, while he allows it to continue, is his will for us. Disappointments, for example. In a quiet procession, these weary little things have entered this room. After the foot began to mend, other troubles came, one after the other, pulling me up just when it seemed as though I might soon begin to walk. As each corner was turned, we thought it would be the last, but there was always another. But one of the first of these disappointments was lighted by something so sweet and dear that I knew at once it could not be only for me, but must be for you who know so very much more than I do of such matters. One of our fellowship was at home on furlough, and he was to return to us on February 25th. I had set my heart on being up and ready to meet him, and the new brother, of swords drawn, whom he was bringing with him. I was sure that I should be at the welcome service when that song was to be sung. For a month or so before that date it had seemed that this would be. Then the hope gradually faded. I was still in bed when they came, not even in a chair. That morning, while the chiming bells of welcome were being rung from the tower, I was far more in the midst of that beloved crowd in the house of prayer than here, and I ached to be there really, not just in spirit, ached till everything was one ache, and then, each word as clear as though it slid down the clear chiming bells, this little song sang within me. Thou hast not that, my child, but thou hast me, and am not I alone enough for thee? I know it all, know how thy heart was set upon this joy, which is not given yet. And well I know how through the wistful days thou walkest all the dear, familiar ways, as unregarded as a breath of air, but there in love and longing, always there. I know it all, but from thy briar shall blow a rose for others. If it were not so, I would have told thee. Come then, say to me, my Lord, my love, I am content with thee. From thy briar shall blow a rose for others. In the hills of South India there are tall and beautiful bushes of wild roses. The roses are larger than ours at home and of an unforgettable sweetness. But they were not called to mind by these words. I saw rather a little, low, very prickly bush in an old-fashioned English garden. It was covered with inconspicuous pink roses, but the wonder of the bush was its all-pervading fragrance, for it was a sweet briar. And I saw one who has long been in the land where no thorns grow, cutting a spray from the bush, stripping the thorns off, and giving it to me. May these for whom a rose from my briar may be caused to blow, these who do indeed walk the dear familiar ways of home, and road, and street, as unregarded as a breath of air, but there in love and longing, always there, find no pricking thorn on the stem of this rose from my briar. I think that when he whom our soul loveth comes so near to us, and so gently helps our human weakness, then what Madame Guyon wrote nearly 300 years ago becomes a present truth. We are borne over the oppression that would hold us down. We mount up on wings. We find a secret sweetness in our briar, but it is not of us. It is love that lifts us up. It is love that is the sweetness. Is the one who reads this in a great weariness, or the exhaustion that follows a sore hurt, or in the terrible grasp of pain? He who loves as no one else can love, who understands to the uttermost, is not far away. He wants us to say, he can give it to us to say, "My Lord, my love, I am content with thee."